Let yourself settle, just for a moment. Feel wherever you are right now, the soft surface beneath you, the gentle weight of your body, the slow, natural rhythm of your own breath. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to do anything at all. Simply allow yourself to be exactly as you are, in this exact moment, in this quiet and unhurried space. Take a slow breath in and let it go, long and easy, like the tide going out on a calm shore at night. Again, breathe in gently. Feel your chest and belly rise just slightly, and then let the breath drift out, carrying with it the last traces of whatever the day left behind. The thoughts can rest now. The plans can wait. There is nowhere you need to be, and nothing you need to remember. This moment belongs entirely to you. Tonight, we are going on a journey, a very slow, very quiet journey. We are going to drift away from the earth, away from the cities and the lights and the hum of everything ordinary. And we are going to travel out into the deep, magnificent silence of space. We are going to explore something that has fascinated human minds for as long as we have been able to look up at the night sky and wonder. We are going to drift, slowly and safely and peacefully, toward one of the most extraordinary things the universe has ever made: a black hole. But not in the dramatic way you might have imagined. Not with bright explosions or terrifying speeds. We are going to approach this wonder the way you approach anything truly beautiful in the universe. Slowly, with patience, with wonder, and with the quiet understanding that the universe does not rush. The universe has all the time there is. And tonight, so do you. So let your eyes close if they haven't already. Let your hands open just slightly, the fingers relaxing. Let your jaw unclench. Let your shoulders find their lowest, most comfortable position and stay there. Let the whole weight of you sink down into whatever is holding you. You are warm. You are safe. You are about to leave the earth very gently behind. Imagine for a moment that you are weightless, not falling, simply weightless, as if gravity had remembered you for a moment, and then quietly, gently forgotten about you. Your body just a little lighter than before, your mind just a little quieter. The day's concerns floating away from you the way a balloon rises into a clear sky, getting smaller and smaller until it is just a tiny point of color, and then nothing at all. The earth is still below you, but it is getting further away now. Not fast, just slowly, the way a dream takes you somewhere without you noticing the journey. The lights of cities are twinkling below like scattered embers. The curve of the horizon is beginning to show. The sky is deepening from its familiar blue into something richer, something darker, something that feels ancient and vast and deeply, profoundly quiet. Take another slow breath. Feel yourself rising. Feel the air thinning, Feel the last traces of sound fading away as the atmosphere grows thin and then thinner, and then finally, softly, entirely silent. And now, you are in space. Real space. The space that is between everything. The space that goes on in every direction without end. Holding all the stars and all the planets and all the galaxies in its enormous, patient darkness. The space that has been here for 13 billion years and will be here long after the last star has faded into nothing. It is very quiet here. Quieter than anything you have ever heard. Not the quiet of a room with the door closed, or a forest on a still night. This is the absolute quiet of a universe where sound has nowhere to travel. Every explosion, every collision, every supernova that tears a star apart, all of it in perfect, permanent silence. The most dramatic events in the history of everything happening without a sound. And in that silence, you are drifting, slowly and completely peacefully, going nowhere in particular, in no hurry at all, simply existing in the middle of all this extraordinary space. Let that feeling settle into you now, the weightlessness, the silence, the gentle, slow drift through the dark. We have a long journey ahead of us, and there is no rush at all. Part 2. The Mystery of Black Holes. As you drift through the quiet of space, let your attention settle on the stars around you. There are so many of them. More than you could count in a lifetime of counting. More than you could count in 1,000 lifetimes. Each one a sun. Each one a furnace of light and heat and energy, burning through the dark on its own quiet schedule. Some of them are close enough to see as disks of light. Most of them are so far away that they are just points, pinpricks in the black, each one carrying its own color, its own temperature, its own particular quality of brightness. Blue-white stars burning hot and brief, red giants, vast and slow, in the long autumn of their lives. Yellow stars like our own sun, patient and steady, halfway through a 10 billion year life. And some of them are gone. That is what I want to talk about first, not the stars themselves, but what happens when they end. Because stars, like everything in the universe, do not last forever. They are born from clouds of gas and dust. They burn for millions or billions of years, and then, eventually, inevitably, they come to the end of their fuel. What happens next depends on how large the star was. A star like our sun will swell into a red giant, and then collapse into a small, dense, cooling ember called a white dwarf. A star several times more massive will go out in a spectacular explosion called a supernova, briefly outshining entire galaxies, and then leave behind a neutron star, an object so dense that a single teaspoon of its material would weigh as much as a mountain. But the very largest stars, the giants, the titans of the stellar world, when they explode, they leave behind something even more extraordinary. Something so dense, so intensely gravitational, that nothing, not light, not energy, not information of any kind, can escape from it once it gets close enough. A black hole. Imagine, if you will, taking the entire mass of the sun, all of it, every last atom of a star so large that more than 1,000,000 Earths could fit inside it, and compressing it down to an object smaller than a city, smaller than a town. Some black holes are compressed to a point so small that the word point doesn't really capture it. A singularity. A place where the mathematics of physics meet something it cannot quite describe, and quietly admits that it has reached the edge of what it knows. At that density, gravity becomes something that doesn't behave the way we are used to. Gravity near a black hole is not the gentle tug that keeps your feet on the ground or holds the moon in its orbit. It is something deeper, something that curves space itself, that bends time, that pulls at the fabric of reality with such intensity that it creates a region from which there is no return. This region has a boundary, a threshold, and that threshold has one of the most beautiful names in all of science: the event horizon. We will come to it, slowly. There is no hurry. For now, simply rest with the image of a black hole as you drift through the quiet of space. Not as something terrifying. That is not what it is. Not from this distance. Not in this peaceful state of mind. Think of it more like the deepest, darkest, most perfectly still part of a very deep lake. The surface of the water far above, light filtering down in long, pale shafts, and below, just stillness, just depth, just the quiet of something that has always been there, patient and undisturbed. A black hole is a place where the universe keeps one of its deepest secrets, where the laws of physics, as we understand them, become uncertain, where space and time themselves behave in ways we can describe mathematically, but cannot fully imagine. It is the universe at its most extreme and at its most mysterious. And we are going to drift toward one, quietly, safely, in this calm, imaginary journey through the dark. Take a slow breath. Let your body relax a little more. Feel yourself drifting through the warm dark, the stars around you countless and calm, the silence complete and comfortable. The black hole is out there, somewhere ahead of us. Not visible yet. You can't see a black hole directly because it doesn't emit light. But you can sense it in a way. The stars around it are slightly warped, their light bending as it passes close to the enormous gravity. The light from the stars behind it bends around it like water bending around a stone in a stream, creating rings and arcs of light that curve and shimmer in the dark. This effect is called gravitational lensing, and it is beautiful. Like looking at the universe through a curved glass, everything distorted slightly. The shapes of distant galaxies stretched into arcs and smears of soft light. The black hole announcing its presence, not through darkness exactly, but through the way it reshapes the light around it. We are still very far away. The gravity here is gentle. We are simply drifting, unhurried and peaceful, letting the pull of this extraordinary thing guide us slowly closer. Let your mind be like that light, bending gently, following the curvature of something vast and quiet, not fighting it, simply flowing. The stars are changing around you as you drift closer, very slowly, almost imperceptibly. But if you pay attention, if you let your gaze relax and take in the whole field of the sky, rather than any single point, you can see it. The stars are gathering, concentrating, as if someone were very slowly, very gently, pulling the whole star field toward a single point somewhere ahead. This is the gravity at work. Light is bending. The universe is curving, and it is doing it in complete, unhurried silence. There is a particular kind of quiet that exists in deep space that is different from any quiet you have ever experienced on Earth. On Earth, even in the most remote places, the deepest forests, the highest mountains, the most isolated deserts at midnight, there is always something. Wind moving through grass, the distant sound of water, the tiny creak of cooling stone. Sound is everywhere on Earth because Earth is alive and life makes sound. But out here, between the stars, there is nothing to carry sound. No air, no medium, nothing to transmit the vibration from one point to another. The silence is not the absence of something. It is the presence of space itself, a positive quality, an actual thing. And drifting through it, you begin to understand why so many people who think about space find it calming. There is something in the human nervous system that responds to this kind of silence, the way a tired body responds to a warm bath. Something lets go. Something unclenches. Let that happen now. Let your nervous system respond to the imagined silence of deep space. Let the quiet seep into you, the way warmth seeps into cold hands. Ahead of you, very gradually, the sky is beginning to look different. There is a region, roughly circular somewhere in the direction you are drifting, where the stars seem to be bending away from the center, where the light is being pulled and stretched into arcs, where the normal geometry of the sky has given way to something more complex, more curved, more extraordinary. This is the accretion disk, the material that has been caught by the black hole's gravity, but hasn't yet crossed the final threshold. Gas and dust and the remnants of things that came too close pulled into a great flattened disk around the black hole, spiraling slowly inward, heated by the friction of its own compression until it glows. It is one of the most beautiful things the universe makes. Imagine a great wheel of light, spread flat like the rings of Saturn, but vastly larger, vastly brighter, shading from hot blue-white at the inner edges, where the material moves fastest, to warm amber and deep red at the outer edges, where it moves more slowly. The whole disk tilted slightly toward you, so you can see its full face, the inner ring blazing with the energy of material falling into the most extreme gravitational field in the universe. And at the center, where you might expect the brightest point, where all that energy converges, darkness, a perfect circular absence of light. Not the darkness of something painted black, but the darkness of something that is simply not there. A hole in the light. A place where the universe swallows itself. The photon sphere. The innermost region where light itself is trapped in circular orbits, racing around the black hole at the speed of light, but unable to escape, unable to fall in, simply circling forever in a ring of perpetually captured photons. A halo of light that goes nowhere, does nothing, simply exists at the edge of the impossible. You are still far from the event horizon, still in the safe region where the gravity, though measurable, is gentle. You could turn around if you wanted to. You could drift back the way you came, back out into the open space, back toward the familiar stars. But there is no hurry to do anything, and the view from here is extraordinary. Take a moment to simply observe, not to analyze or understand or explain, just to be in the presence of something this vast and this beautiful.
The accretion disk is rotating slowly from your perspective, though in reality the inner material is moving at a significant fraction of the speed of light. The glow of it fills the space ahead of you with a warm, shifting light that plays across you like firelight. Warm amber, deep rose, the occasional flash of brilliant white where two streams of material collide. And beyond the disk, beyond the brightness, the darkness at the center, absolute and patient, waiting. Your breath is slow. Your body is heavy and warm. You are simply here, drifting in the light of something ancient and immense, with nowhere to be and nothing to do except experience the quiet wonder of this. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel the warmth of the accretion disk's imaginary light on your face. Feel the immense, gentle tug of gravity pulling you, almost imperceptibly, slightly closer. There is no fear here. There is only wonder. We have been drifting, slowly and peacefully. And now let us think about the threshold, the event horizon, that extraordinary boundary that makes a black hole what it is. The event horizon is not a physical surface. There is nothing there to touch, nothing to feel, no wall or membrane or visible line. It is simply a mathematical threshold, a spherical boundary in space defined by one property. Inside it, the escape velocity exceeds the speed of light. Escape velocity is the speed you would need to travel to break free of a gravitational field. On Earth, escape velocity is about 11 kilometers per second. Our rockets can manage that, and so we can leave the Earth if we choose. On the surface of a neutron star, escape velocity is a significant fraction of the speed of light. And at the event horizon of a black hole, escape velocity is exactly the speed of light. And inside the event horizon, it is more than the speed of light. Since nothing in the universe can travel faster than light, nothing inside the event horizon can ever get out. Not light itself, not information, not anything. And yet, and this is one of the most extraordinary and counterintuitive things about this boundary, if you were falling toward a large black hole and cross the event horizon, you might not notice it. Not immediately, not in any dramatic way. For a sufficiently large black hole, the tidal forces at the event horizon, the difference in gravitational pull between your head and your feet, might be gentle enough that you wouldn't feel them as anything unusual. You would drift across the threshold in the same calm, weightless state you have been in all along. The horizon would pass over you like a shadow, like the moment when the sun goes behind a cloud on a warm afternoon. A slight change in the quality of the light, nothing more. And then you would be inside. From your perspective, in those first moments after crossing, the universe outside can still be visible. Light from outside can still fall in through the event horizon. It's only outgoing light that cannot escape. So you would still see the stars, still see the accretion disk glowing around you. The universe universe would look slightly strange, compressed into a bright ring ahead of you by the extraordinary optics of your situation. But it would still be there, still beautiful, still the same universe you have always known. The difference is that you could no longer go back. The future, from inside the event horizon, leads only one way, deeper. Not because of any force pushing you, but because of the geometry of space-time itself. Inside the event horizon, the direction toward the singularity is not down, or in, or toward the center. It is toward the future. Just as you cannot travel backward in time on the outside, on the inside you cannot travel away from the singularity. It is not where you would end up. It is when. Let that thought drift through your mind gently, not with urgency or analysis, just as an idea.
A strange, beautiful, slightly vertiginous idea about the nature of space and time, and what it might mean to exist inside something like this. The geometry of space-time inside a black hole is so different from anything we experience in ordinary life that the words we use to describe it start to feel insufficient. Up and down lose their meaning. Past and future lose some of their meaning. The only certainty is that there is a singularity somewhere in what used to be called the future, and that the mathematics of general relativity predicts that everything reaches it eventually. But for now, here at the event horizon, drifting gently and peacefully across the threshold, there is only this, the extraordinary quiet, the warped and beautiful universe visible ahead, a sense of having crossed into something unprecedented. Take a breath, a slow one. Let the air fill you, and then let it go. You are at the edge of the known universe. Not the edge of space. Space goes on forever. But the edge of the knowable. The boundary between what science can describe and what it cannot yet reach. There is something deeply restful about that edge. About being at the place where human knowledge has done its best, and then quietly, honestly admitted that there is more, that the universe contains things we do not yet understand, that mystery is not a failure, but a promise, the promise of things still to be discovered, still to be wondered at. Let that sense of wonder settle into you now, soft and warm, like the first light of morning through a window. There's something extraordinary that happens to time near a black hole. Something that is not science fiction, not speculation, but actual physics that has been measured and confirmed, and that operates according to the most precisely tested equations in the history of human thought. Time moves more slowly in a gravitational field. This is not metaphor. It is not poetry. It is an observable, measurable fact. A clock placed at a lower altitude on Earth, closer to the center of our planet's gravity, runs slightly slower than a clock at a higher altitude. The difference is tiny. So tiny that you would never notice it in daily life, but it is real. The GPS satellites in orbit above us have to account for this effect in their calculations, or their position data would drift by several meters every day. Near a black hole, this effect becomes extreme. Time does not merely slow slightly, it slows dramatically. An observer falling toward a black hole would appear to someone watching from a safe distance far away to be moving more and more slowly the closer they got to the event horizon. The infalling traveler's clock would appear to tick more and more slowly. Colors would shift toward the red end of the spectrum,
as the light from the falling traveler lost energy climbing out of the deepening gravitational well. To the distant observer, the traveler would appear to approach the event horizon asymptotically, getting closer and closer, but never quite reaching it, moving more and more slowly, their image becoming redder and dimmer, until eventually the light from them became too faint to detect. The traveler would appear to be frozen at the threshold, suspended in time. But from the traveler's own perspective, time would feel entirely normal. They would drift across the event horizon in perfectly ordinary time, experiencing nothing dramatic at the threshold itself. It is only the comparison between the two clocks, the travelers and the distant observers, that reveals the extraordinary difference. Think about that for a moment. Two people experiencing the same event, and for each of them time passes at a different rate. Not because of any physical change in themselves, but because of where they are in space, and what the gravitational field is doing to the geometry of space-time around them.
Einstein's general theory of relativity tells us that gravity is not a force in the way we usually think of forces. It is not a pull transmitted through space from one object to another. Gravity is the curvature of space-time itself. Mass curves space-time, and all objects, including light, including time, move along the curved lines of that space-time. Gravity is not something that happens to objects in space. Gravity is what space does when mass is present. A black hole is the most extreme manifestation of this, the most intense curvature of space-time that can exist in the universe. At the singularity, the curvature becomes infinite. The equations produce results that go to infinity. And when the equations say infinity, physicists know that they have reached the edge of their model's validity. The universe is doing something at the singularity that general relativity cannot describe. Something that a future theory, one that unites general relativity with quantum mechanics in a way no one has yet managed, will need to address. But we don't need that future theory for our journey tonight. We are drifting here in the curved space-time around the black hole, feeling time move differently, watching the universe look different from this extraordinary vantage point, and finding it not frightening, but deeply, quietly beautiful. Think about time the way it feels right now. In this relaxed, drifting state, time is already moving differently than it does during the busy hours of the day. The body is slowing down. The breath is long and measured. The thoughts are becoming less sharp-edged, more fluid, more willing to drift from one thing to another without urgency. This is what rest does to time. Not the physics of curved space-time, but the human experience of being still. When we are truly relaxed, time expands. It becomes roomier, less pressured. The moment you are in becomes larger, more spacious, more capable of containing everything that needs to be in it. You are in a very spacious moment right now. There is no hurry in it anywhere. The breath is slow. The body is heavy. The mind is beginning to soften at the edges, like ice in warm water. The sharp boundaries between thoughts becoming gradual slopes. The hard shapes dissolving into something more fluid and quiet. Let time be strange tonight. Let it be slow. Let it be as spacious as the universe itself. In the curved space-time near the black hole, a moment can be very long, and we are in no hurry to leave it. Let us go somewhere now that no one has ever been. Let us drift further inward, past the event horizon, into the region that exists only in mathematics and imagination. The inside of a black hole. No instrument we have ever built has sent information back from inside the event horizon. No observation, no signal, no measurement. The inside of a black hole is, in a very real and literal sense, unknown. It is the greatest unknown in science. And there is something wonderful about that. Because in the absence of knowledge, imagination can walk freely. What might it be like, in this peaceful and purely imaginary journey, to drift deeper inside? Let us think about it slowly and gently, with the understanding that we are here in the realm of speculation and wonder, rather than established fact. The first thing you might notice, if you were somehow able to experience the inside of a large black hole, is that it is not pitch dark in the way you might expect. Light from the universe outside is still falling in. Photons crossing the event horizon in the same direction you are, carrying images of the stars and galaxies and nebulae of the cosmos, streaming in around you like a shower of gentle light. This light would be warped and concentrated by the extraordinary optics of your situation. The entire visible universe would appear to be compressed into a shrinking disk of light behind you, above you, a direction that you might still be able to identify as the way out, even though it no longer leads anywhere reachable. The universe condensed into a circle of concentrated light, getting smaller as you fall deeper. Around you, in the other directions, is the interior of the black hole itself. And here is where the speculation becomes most interesting. Some theories suggest that the singularity at the center is not a point, but a ring, specifically in the case of a rotating black hole, called a Kerr black hole, a ring singularity. And some of the mathematics of general relativity applied to this case suggests the possibility of something extraordinary, that the ring singularity might act as a kind of tunnel, a connection to somewhere else. This is the origin of the idea of a wormhole, a bridge through space-time. Not a tunnel through space in the ordinary sense, but a shortcut through the geometry of space-time itself, connecting two distant points, not by traveling the space between them, but by traveling through the curved fabric of space-time that underlies everything. No one knows if this is real. The mathematics permits it in certain cases. Whether the universe actually constructs such things, whether they could be stable, whether they could be traversed, these are open questions. Beautiful, thrilling, deeply uncertain, open questions. And in our imagination tonight, drifting through the interior of the black hole in a perfectly peaceful state, we can simply rest in the openness of the question. We don't need to resolve it. We don't need an answer. The question itself is the gift. Because isn't that what sleep is, in a way? A crossing of a threshold into the unknown. Every night, you fall into a state that you cannot observe from the outside, that leaves very little retrievable trace, that exists for the hours of its deepest stages, somewhere entirely inaccessible to the waking mind. Sleep is your own personal event horizon, the place you cross every night,
from which the waking world cannot follow you, where time moves differently, where the ordinary rules of narrative and logic and cause and effect give way to something more fluid and strange and free. You are very close to that threshold now. Your body knows how to do this. It has been doing it every night since you were born. The crossing is effortless. The crossing has already begun. Let the interior of the black hole be like the interior of sleep, vast and dark and full of things you cannot quite name, images that come and go like light from a compressed universe, the geometry of the familiar becoming strange, time moving at its own unhurried pace, and somewhere in all of that mystery, a rest more complete than anything wakefulness can offer. Breathe slowly. Let the darkness be gentle. Let the unknown be a comfort rather than a fear, because the unknown is where sleep lives, and sleep is one of the kindest things the universe has built into you. Let us drift back now, gently and slowly, the way a dream can take you from one place to another without any sense of transition. Let us float back out of the interior, back past the event horizon, back through the glowing accretion disk with its warm amber light, and out into the open space beyond, back into the universe. The black hole is still there behind us, patient and vast. We leave it as we found it, unmarked by our passing, unaware of our presence, simply itself. The most extreme object in the universe, going about the quiet business of being what it is. Ahead of us, the universe opens up again in all its incomprehensible scale. The galaxy we are in, let us call it our galaxy, though we are far from home right now, is a spiral galaxy, one of hundreds of billions in the observable universe. It spans about 100,000 light years from edge to edge, and contains somewhere between 200 and 400 billion stars. The black hole we just visited is one of countless stellar mass black holes scattered throughout the galaxy, the remnants of massive stars that burned bright and died young. At the center of the galaxy, there is something even larger, a supermassive black hole containing the mass of about 4 million suns, compressed into a region smaller than our solar system. Sagittarius A star, we call it. It sits at the gravitational center of everything, turning slowly, holding the whole vast pinwheel of the galaxy in its patient grip. And this galaxy is just one of hundreds of billions. The Andromeda galaxy is about 2.5 million light years away. It is the most distant thing visible to the naked eye from Earth, a faint smear of light in the constellation of Andromeda. It contains about 1 trillion stars, 1 trillion suns, each one potentially circled by planets, each one burning through the dark on its own quiet schedule. In about 4 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda will collide. Not violently, or rather not violently in the way you might imagine a collision to be. The galaxies are mostly empty space. When they merge, most of the stars will simply pass by each other. Their relative distance is so vast that actual collisions will be rare. The two galaxies will intertwine gravitationally and slowly become one larger, rounder galaxy. It will take about 1 billion years for the merger to complete. These are the timescales on which the universe operates. Billions of years. Events that make the entire history of human civilization look like a single heartbeat in the life of the cosmos.
And in all of that time, in all of that space, the universe has been doing what it does, creating and destroying, forming stars and then exploding them, building complexity from simple elements and then returning that complexity to simplicity, making galaxies and then merging them, making black holes and then, very slowly, over inconceivably long timescales, letting them slowly lose mass through a process called Hawking radiation, a quantum effect so slow that a black hole of stellar mass will take longer than the current age of the universe to evaporate. Stephen Hawking predicted in 1974 that black holes are not entirely black, that quantum effects at the event horizon cause the black hole to slowly emit a tiny, faint thermal radiation, that over unimaginable spans of time, this radiation carries away mass and energy from the black hole, bit by bit, until eventually, in a future so distant that it makes the current age of the universe seem like an afternoon, the black hole simply ceases to exist. Everything ends. Even the most extreme, the most dramatic, the most seemingly permanent things the universe makes. Even black holes. There is something deeply peaceful in that. Not morbid, peaceful. The recognition that the universe has been through enormous changes, and will go through enormous changes again, and that in all of that change, there is a kind of continuity. The atoms that make stars, make planets, make life, make thought, make dreams. The energy never disappears, only transforms. The universe conserves what matters. You are made of atoms, forged in the hearts of stars that died long before the sun was born. You are the universe experiencing itself in a particular, temporary, irreplaceable configuration. You will change, and eventually the configuration will dissolve, and the atoms will go on to be part of other things, other stars, other worlds, other unimaginable futures. But right now, in this moment, the configuration is you. And you are here, drifting in the quiet universe, very nearly asleep. Let the stars be around you. Let the galaxies be in the distance. Let the black holes sit in their patient darkness, holding their secrets, doing their slow and extraordinary work. All of it is here, and all of it is fine. And all of it will continue, long after tonight has become morning, has become a day you barely remember. The universe does not need you to be awake right now. The universe does not need anything from you. The universe simply is, vast and silent and patient and full of wonder. And it holds you the way space holds everything, completely, without effort, without asking anything in return. Breathe slowly. Let your body be heavy. Let your mind drift out among the stars. The deeper you go into the universe, the more you understand silence. Not the silence of an empty room, or the silence of a library, or the silence of a mountain on a still night. Those are relative silences,
Silence is defined by the absence of the sounds we are used to. This is something different. This is the silence of space itself. The silence of a medium where sound literally cannot exist. The silence of photons, traveling at the speed of light through a vacuum that contains, on average, less than 1 atom per cubic meter. In that silence, the mind does something interesting. It becomes quieter, too. Not because it is forced to, but because there is nothing to respond to, nothing to process, nothing demanding attention. The mind that has been busy all day, responding to sound and light and movement and demand, can finally, in this imagined silence, simply stop responding. Let that happen now. Let your mind stop responding, just for a little while. Let it be still in the way that space is still.
Not empty. Space is not empty. It is full of fields and forces and quantum fluctuations, and the faint glow of the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang still faintly present in every corner of the universe. Not empty, but quiet. Full and quiet simultaneously. You can be full and quiet simultaneously, full of everything that you are, everything you have experienced and felt and thought and loved, and at the same time, completely quiet. The two things are not opposites. In this part of our journey, let us simply drift. Not toward anything in particular, not away from anything, simply through. Through the space between the stars, which is not empty, but is thinner than the best vacuum humans have ever created in a laboratory. Through the faint wisps of interstellar gas, hydrogen mostly, the raw material of future stars, drifting in clouds so tenuous they are invisible, so vast they span light years. Through the regions between the galaxies, where the density of matter drops to almost nothing, where the nearest galaxy is millions of light years away in every direction, where the universe shows you something very close to what nothing looks like. Not quite nothing, because quantum fields are everywhere, and dark matter flows through everything in invisible rivers, and the expansion of space itself is accelerating, pushed by whatever it is we call dark energy, but close to nothing, as close to nothing as the universe ever gets. And through this near nothing, the faint light of distant galaxies, each one 100 billion stars, looking from here like a single point of soft light, like a candle seen from miles away. The universe putting on a light show visible across billions of light years, and you drifting through it in perfect peace. Nebulae are forming somewhere in the dark ahead. Vast clouds of gas and dust, light years across, lit from within by the hot young stars being born in their hearts. The Orion Nebula, the Crab Nebula, the Eagle Nebula, with its famous pillars of creation, columns of gas and dust miles tall, the tips of them slowly evaporating in the radiation of nearby stars. But inside each pillar, new stars forming from the compressed material, stars that will burn for billions of years, stars that have not been seen yet by any eye. The universe is always making new things, even now, even in the middle of this quiet night. In every corner of every galaxy, new stars are being born from the remnants of old ones. New planets are forming around those stars. New chemistries are possible on those planets.
New possibilities are being created by a universe that has never once, in 13 billion years, run out of ways to be new. You are part of that newness. Every human being that has ever lived has been something the universe never made before. Not just in the obvious way, your particular DNA, your particular face, but in the deeper way of consciousness, of awareness, of the capacity to lie here on a quiet night and imagine drifting through space and feel the imagined silence as something real in the body. The universe made something that can imagine the universe, that can tell stories about black holes and feel the ideas as physical sensations, that can take comfort in the scale of things, that can be soothed by the knowledge that the stars are out there, steady and patient, going about their long work. This is a remarkable thing to be, and you are it, right now, in this moment of quiet and rest. Let your body sink a little deeper. Let the breath be a little slower. The stars are around you in every direction. The universe is billions of years old and has never once been unkind to the atoms it puts together. It makes them into stars and planets and oceans and life, and then it receives them back eventually and makes them into something else. And the whole process is one long, slow, extraordinary act of creativity.
You are in the middle of that act. You always have been. You always will be. We talk about black holes as dark, and they are. At their centers, at their most extreme, they are the darkest things the universe contains. But darkness is not what it seems. The universe is mostly dark. Dark matter, whatever it is, and we don't know precisely what it is, makes up about 27% of the total energy content of the universe. Dark energy, whatever that is, and we know even less about it than about dark matter, makes up about 68%. The ordinary matter that makes up every star, every planet, every person, every grain of dust and every molecule of air, all of that is only about 5% of what the universe contains. The universe is mostly something we cannot see, something we cannot detect directly, something we know exists only because of its effects on the things we can see. And yet the universe is full of light, the light of hundreds of billions of galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. Photons, traveling in every direction at the speed of light, crossing the cosmos in their billions every second, passing through your body right now as you lie here. Neutrinos mostly, the ghost particles that pass through everything. But light too, the faint light of distant stars and galaxies, touching you gently with photons that have been traveling for billions of years. The universe is simultaneously the darkest and the most luminous thing there is, both at once. Dark matter and blazing stars. The void between galaxies and the impossible brightness of quasars. The absolute darkness of a black hole's interior and the swirling, gorgeous glow of its accretion disk. This is the nature of the universe. Not one thing or the other. Not simple. Not reducible to a single quality or a single story. The universe holds all of its contradictions simultaneously, without apparent difficulty, without any need to resolve them into something simpler. You can be like that too. You can hold contradictions. You can be tired and curious simultaneously. You can be ready for sleep,
and still interested in the stars. You can be a small, temporary arrangement of atoms on a small, temporary planet and still be the universe experiencing itself. All of these things are true at once. The universe doesn't need them to be resolved. The darkness of a black hole is not malevolent or cold in the way darkness can sometimes feel in ordinary life. It is the darkness of depth, of mystery, of the place where the usual rules give way to something we don't yet understand. It is the darkness of the deepest part of the ocean, which is full of life we have barely begun to catalog. It is the darkness of the soil, which is full of the chemistry that makes plants grow. It is the darkness of sleep, which is full of the processes that restore and repair and consolidate and renew. Good darkness, useful darkness, darkness that gives rather than takes away. Let the dark be good tonight. Let it be the dark of depth and rest and the patient turning of the planet. Let it be the dark of space, which holds all the light of all the stars without being diminished by it, which contains the most brilliant things in the universe and remains itself. The dark is not empty, it is full, and you are in it, and it is holding you, and everything is fine. Breathe slowly. Let the dark be soft around you. Part 10. Returning home through the stars. Let us begin very slowly to make our way back. Not because there is anything wrong out here in the deep cosmos. It has been extraordinarily beautiful and quiet and vast. But because there is something about the journey home that has its own particular peace. The warmth of the familiar after the wonder of the unfamiliar. We are going to drift back the way we came, past the black hole with its glowing accretion disk, which is still there, still turning, still doing its patient work. We pass it at a respectful distance, watching the light bend around it one more time, watching the ring of the photon sphere glow against the dark, watching the brilliant disk of captured material spiral slowly inward. Goodbye, extraordinary thing. Thank you for showing us your nature. And now past the stars we drifted between on our way out, past the red giants and the blue dwarfs and the binary systems, where two stars orbit each other in an ancient gravitational embrace. Past the young star clusters, where dozens of new suns are burning through the dark together, born from the same nebula, drifting apart on their own trajectories. Past the nebulae themselves, those vast, slow, impossibly beautiful clouds of gas and dust, the stellar nurseries, the places where stars are born in the compressed hearts of gas pillars under the pressure of their own gravity, where the temperature and density climb until the hydrogen nuclei begin to fuse, and a new sun lights up for the first time, and the universe is slightly different than it was before. The journey home is slower than the journey out, not because we are in less of a hurry, there is still no hurry at all, but because we want to notice everything we might have missed on the way. The way the stars change color with temperature, the way the light of distant galaxies bends slightly around the invisible mass of dark matter halos, the way the cosmic microwave background, that ancient afterglow of the Big Bang, fills the universe with a perfectly uniform glow at exactly 2.7 degrees above absolute zero in every direction. The universe is very old, about 13.8 billion years.
And in all that time, from the first fraction of a second when the first particles condensed from the hot, dense plasma of the Big Bang, through the formation of the first atoms and the first stars and the first galaxies and the first planets and the first life and the first consciousness, in all that time, the universe has been getting more complex, more intricate, more capable of astonishing things. You are one of the astonishing things. Your capacity to understand the physics of black holes, even partially, even in simplified form, is something that required 13 billion years of cosmic evolution to produce. You are the latest in a very long line of increasingly complex arrangements of matter, and your complexity includes the capacity to tell stories about the universe and to find comfort in those stories. That is a remarkable thing. The solar system is coming into view ahead, a modest star, somewhat smaller and cooler than the average, burning steadily and reliably in a quiet arm of the Milky Way. Around it, 8 planets following their ancient orbits. The outermost ones, Neptune and Uranus, cold and blue and remote. Saturn, with its extraordinary rings, visible even from here as a tiny disk with a delicate halo. Jupiter, the great gas giant, its storms larger than the Earth itself. The asteroid belt, patient and sparse. Mars, red and cold and dry. And then the Earth, the pale blue dot. This is how Carl Sagan described it, and the description has never been improved upon. A pale blue dot seen from space. A small, fragile, beautiful, inhabited sphere drifting in the dark. The only place in the universe where we know, with certainty, that something has looked up at the stars and wondered about them. All of human history happened on that dot. Every empire and every kindness, every work of art and every act of love, every discovery and every mistake, all the laughter and all the grief, and all the ordinary days that make up most of a life. All of it on that pale blue dot, which from where we are right now is barely visible. And yet, it is home. And even from here, even after drifting through the extraordinary silence of deep space, even after the black hole and the accretion disk and the philosophical depths of event horizons and time dilation, and the inside of the unknown, even after all of that, the word home has a particular warmth to it. We are going back there now, slowly. There is no rush. We are going back to the warm planet, to the atmosphere full of air, to the surface where the quiet night is waiting. The Earth is getting larger now. The cloud patterns are becoming visible, great white spirals of weather moving across the blue. The continents are visible beneath them, and the oceans reflecting the light of the sun on the other side of the planet. It is night where you are. The curve of shadow is visible from here, the terminator, the line between the lit side and the dark side, curving across the planet. And on the dark side, the lights of cities like scattered stars on the ground, human lights, warm and amber and steady, little mirrors of the sky above them. And somewhere in those lights, your particular light, your particular window, your particular warmth,
We are descending now, very slowly, through the upper atmosphere. The thin wisps of the stratosphere first, then the thicker air of the troposphere. The clouds becoming real and three-dimensional around us, rather than patterns on a surface. The air becoming something you can feel again after the long vacuum of space. The night air, cool and quiet. The familiar sounds of the earth beginning to return. Or perhaps not sounds exactly, but the memory of sounds. The quiet of this particular night, the soft rhythm of the world breathing. And now you are back in the room, in the warmth, in the comfortable dark, back in your body, which has been patiently here the whole time, the heart beating its steady rhythm, the lungs moving the air in and out, the whole extraordinary biological machinery quietly maintaining itself. The journey is over. Or rather, the journey has become this. This moment of lying in the dark, with the universe somewhere above and below and in every direction, with the black hole still out there, patiently doing its extraordinary work, with the stars still burning, and the galaxy still turning, and the whole vast, incomprehensible cosmos still going about its business. Nothing has changed. Everything is still out there. And you are here. And you are heavy with sleep. Let the body be completely still now. There is nothing it needs to do. The hands can rest, open and soft. The feet can rest. The shoulders can drop the last tiny fraction they've been holding. The neck can let the head be fully supported. The eyes can let the muscles around them release. All the work of today is done. Whatever was accomplished is accomplished. Whatever was left undone will still be there tomorrow. And tomorrow has all the energy it needs. Tonight is for rest. Tonight is for the quiet work that the body and the mind do in sleep. The consolidation and the repair and the renewal that happens in the dark. Let your thoughts be like the stars now, present but distant, not demanding anything, not requiring a response, just there, in the background, steady and patient, continuing on their own, without needing you to follow them. A thought about tomorrow drifts by. Let it go. It will be there in the morning. A memory of something from today floats through. Let it drift past. It doesn't need to be resolved tonight. The breath is very slow now. Each inhale gentle and complete. Each exhale long and releasing. The space between the exhale and the next inhale, that small, quiet pause, is getting slightly longer. The body settling into the rhythm of sleep. The universe is very large. It is 13.8 billion years old. It contains hundreds of billions of galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. It contains black holes and neutron stars and white dwarfs and nebulae and dark matter and dark energy and the quantum foam of space-time itself at the Planck scale. And it contains this moment, this particular arrangement of atoms that is you, resting in the quiet dark, the day's work done, the night's peace beginning. The universe made you as surely as it made the stars. You are not separate from it. You never were. The atoms in your body were forged in stellar cores billions of years ago, and will be part of other things billions of years from now. For this brief span, they are arranged into something that breathes and thinks and imagines drifting through space. And right now, those atoms are completely at rest. Let sleep come. It is already here at the edges of things. It has been waiting, patient as the universe itself, for you to be ready. The breath goes out and in. The body is heavy and warm. The mind is soft and undemanding. Somewhere out in the deep cosmos, a black hole is doing its quiet work. The accretion disk is turning. The gravity is bending space and time in its patient, extraordinary way. Somewhere, a star is being born in the heart of a nebula. Somewhere, two galaxies are beginning their billion-year dance of gravitational merger. Somewhere, photons that left their star before the Earth existed are still traveling through the dark toward wherever they are going. All of it happening, all of it continuing, all of it perfectly fine without your attention. You can let go now of the day, of the plans, of the awareness of being aware, of the effort of remaining conscious in this particular way. Sleep is the event horizon of the night, the threshold you cross into the unknown interior, where time moves differently, and the rules of waking life give way to something stranger and freer and more restorative. You cross it every night. You have always crossed it safely. You have always returned. Go now. Let the crossing happen. The universe will be here when you return. If you are still here, still gently awake at the edge of sleep, that is perfectly fine. The universe has all the time there is, and so do you. Let us simply stay in this quiet space together a little longer. Imagine the black hole again, quietly, from a very great distance where it is just a slight warping of the stars, a gentle distortion in the field of light, not menacing from this distance, not extreme, just a presence in the cosmos that bends things slightly. A reminder that even the most ordinary seeming parts of space contain extraordinary things. The accretion disk is just visible from here as a faint, warm glow, like a candle seen from across a very large room. Warm amber light, the color of a fire burning down to embers on a cold night. The kind of light that makes a room feel safe rather than lit. Let that light be in your mind now. A warm, distant, faintly amber glow somewhere in the cosmos ahead, steady and unhurried, going about its ancient work. Your body is very heavy. The muscles have given up the last of their holding. The weight of each limb is being fully supported by whatever is beneath it. There is no need to maintain any position, no need to hold anything in place. Everything is held. The bed is holding you. The floor is holding the bed. The building is holding the floor. The earth is holding all of it, with the same patient gravity that has been doing this work for 4.5 billion years. 4.5 billion years of holding things, of keeping the atmosphere in place and the oceans liquid and the temperature moderate. 4.5 billion years of being a home for whatever has needed a home. You are the latest in a very long line of things that have been held by this patient planet, and it is holding you now in the dark as you move toward sleep. The breath is automatic. The heart is automatic. All the great systems of the body are doing their work without any instruction from you. The digestion, the circulation, the immune system quietly patrolling, the brain consolidating the day's experiences into whatever form memory will take them. You don't need to do anything. It is all being done. Let the mind drift now to the cosmic microwave background, that ancient glow, the afterglow of the Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago, when the universe was 380,000 years old, and finally cooled enough for electrons and protons to combine into neutral hydrogen atoms, and light was released for the first time to travel freely through space. That light has been traveling ever since, in every direction, filling the universe, stretched by the expansion of space from the hot white light of the early universe to the cool microwave radiation it is now, invisible to the eye, but detectable by sensitive instruments, falling on every surface in the universe, including you, a faint and ancient background glow that has been traveling since before the stars existed. You are bathed in the light of the Big Bang, right now, in this room, the universe's oldest light, faint and cool and ancient beyond imagining, falling on you as you move toward sleep. There is something profoundly restful in that image, something that puts the concerns of any single day or any single life in a perspective that is neither dismissive nor harsh, but simply very, very spacious. You exist in a universe that is 13.8 billion years old and has produced something this extraordinary, this complex, this aware. And tonight you are going to sleep in the ancient light of its very first morning. The breath goes in and out. The body is warm. The mind is quiet. Somewhere in the dark, stars are being born. Somewhere they are dying. Somewhere, black holes are slowly evaporating through Hawking radiation, one virtual particle pair at a time. Somewhere, galaxies are colliding in a slow, majestic dance that will last 1 billion years. Somewhere, a rocky planet around a distant star is in the exact right position at the exact right distance for liquid water, and the chemistry of life may be beginning. All of it is happening. All of it is real. All of it is the universe being the universe, patient and creative and indifferent to hurry. And you are here, small and temporary and extraordinary, a brief, specific, unrepeatable arrangement of the universe's matter, arranged into something that breathes and dreams, and tomorrow will wake up and go about the ordinary business of being alive. But not yet. Tonight is for this, for the long, quiet drift into sleep, for the event horizon of the night, for the unknown interior that is yours alone, that has been waiting for you all day, that will restore and repair and renew you in ways you will never be fully aware of. The universe is very good at what it does. And what it does includes making you and making sleep and making this particular night, in which you are warm and safe and drifting. Breathe out very slowly and drift. The stars are turning overhead, as they have always turned. The galaxy is wheeling in its slow arc. The black hole is patient in its dark. The universe is doing what it has always done, and you are asleep. You are already there, quietly, completely, beautifully asleep. Good night.